try to do it yourself first. If a person is a borrower, then rise in interest rate will. So let me just go ahead and show you this. So imagine, first of all, I will draw point of endowment. This point of endowment will be where, by the way, although this is a concept of micro, this is also a concept of macro. So if you go to your different consumption theories in the lectures, you will see there will be a concept in which we talk about the intertemporal consumption theory. Okay. So actually there are various consumption theories, permanent income hypothesis, then there will be intertemporal consumption theory, random walk, all these hypotheses. You should be well aware of these also. Okay. Now just come back to the question. So initially let's draw a budget line. And I draw a point of endowment right here on the budget line. So this is my, I can say consumption in period 1 and consumption in period 2. And this is exactly equal to my income levels in the 2 period. Now, the slope of this budget line is supposed to be 1 plus R. Okay. So just understand that initially the person is a borrower. So which means I am here. I am in this part of the budget line initially. Now it says that there is increase in the interest rate. So this is my point of endowment. And when R increases, then my budget line will become steeper. Isn't it? So this will be my new budget line. Okay. If budget line becomes steeper, what were you consuming initially? I was here, somewhere in this zone. If I was consuming somewhere in this zone, which means I was borrowing money, then that would mean that anything below this zone and anything on the other part of this budget line was less preferred. Okay. I was preferring a point on this part of the budget line over all points on the other part of the budget line and below this budget line. This was preferred. So even when my budget line changes to this new budget line, this part of the budget line, I will still hold my preferences constant. So I will not be consuming in this part. This part I will not consume, because to this part I am already preferring this point, any point on this budget line. Are you getting it? So when the line becomes steeper, the only part of budget line where consumer will be this part. And if the consumer after the change in interest rate is on that part, so imagine this initial budget line is this is my point of endowment. Every budget line has to pass through the point of endowment, and this is my new budget line. If I am here somewhere, now this is my equilibrium, and earlier I was on this budget line, so this was my equilibrium. So what happened to consumption in period 1? It decreased. But not only consumption in period 1 decreased. Earlier, if this is my wage in period 1, I was consuming more than wages. Now I am consuming less than wages. So now the individual will become saver. So his borrowings will always reduce. Why? Cost of borrowing is increasing, right? So the borrowings will reduce. But you have to think through this before answering. So the answer to this question will be A. That there will always be reduction in the borrowings.